What's going on, everybody? My name is Waddles, and welcome to Mob Elevators in the Update Aquatic 101. This is kind of a part 2, in case you missed part 1. I did that last week. I'm not going to summarize that video too much, but I will a little bit. In case you missed it, I definitely recommend you check it out. It describes this whole problem a little bit more in depth than I'm going to do here. Basically, because of new mob mechanics and new water mechanics, old mob elevators don't work. However, like I said, I have a new design that I'm going to show off here today, and I gotta give a shout out to all of you guys who left comments guiding me in the right direction to this final design that I'm about to show you. So, to summarize the problem a little bit more though, right here we have a mob elevator design that I tried out, and it doesn't work. Our goal is to send the skeleton up, right? So we can send him up so we can drop him. And he doesn't make it into the stream, even though he made it there, but he had to idle on the block. We want him to be shot into the stream just for efficiency's sake, right? So he's standing here. This design works now, apparently. It didn't work before, but, you know, snapshots are a little buggy. They're weird. So it works, but it's inconsistent. The guy is standing there, and we don't really want to have to use other skeletons or zombies or whatever to push other ones into the water stream, because we didn't have to do that before, and we're talking about efficiency. We could use them, you know, and push each other, but that's not the goal. So this design works now, apparently, because snapshots are weird, but it is not consistent enough. I wouldn't even say that half the time the skeleton makes it into the water stream. So in the last video, I came up with this design right here. This design works a whole lot more consistently, and it only needs one skeleton. He makes it into the water stream, or the bubble column, but not entirely, and that's where I ended off. I didn't think about what you guys told me in the comments below that I'm about to show you, but this is where I stopped. I thought it was impossible, or it would be way too complicated, but all I'm doing here is having a water source that steps down and then slides into ice, and then we have the bubble column. It doesn't matter if you put the soul sand lower, just to clarify, because if you put the soul sand lower down here, and then I take out the signs and had the water pushing into here, because of the new water mechanics, the water will spill out here no matter what. Even if the soul sand is lower and I removed all the signs first or whatever, it will always spill out. So right here is the working design. I got a lot of comments saying, Waddles, just put the signs going straight up, and so I went ahead and did that, and it works marvelously. The skeletons slide up without needing a friend to push them up, and they make it up completely, which is super awesome. So here's the final working elevator. This will work in 1.13. Whenever you're trying to make a mob elevator, you're going to want to do something like this. So again, I have a water source back here, and then it steps down to pick up a little bit of speed and then slides onto ice. Then I just took signs and went straight up. Now, you would continue these signs however far up you're going to go. You do need to have signs on every one of these, because signs are letting the skeletons through when they're just on the edge of the block, something like that. They can get shot all the way up. And again, that's what we want. If all the slabs are doing is stopping the skeletons from jumping out of the water. And so that's it. It's that simple. You would just continue your elevator however high up you need to continue the elevator, and it's all good. It all works. Now, right here, I have a full setup, so if you're trying to make a grinder right now in one of the snapshots, you can go ahead and copy what I'm doing here. Now, this is just an example, and I will talk about this top part when we get to it, but right here I have a spawner. This would be my dungeon room. The spawner is this dark oak log block because I was too lazy to do the /give thing. Now, as you know, you'd have a full closed-in room. It's all dark. So anyways, let's say our skeleton spawns right here and falls into the water. He unknowingly goes ahead and falls into our evil elevator trap. Now he'll continue to swim along in this stream and then get pushed right into the bubble column elevator, get shot up, and then get pushed over here, where he will fall and then die. So that's that. Pretty easy. It all works. And yeah, there's not a lot of stuff that you need. You really just need to go and get soul sand. That is the hardest thing that you need to go and get. So what's going on up here is a mechanism using the new water mechanics to move the skeletons over, of course, because we want to raise them, but then we also want to move them over so we can drop them again to kill them, if that's how you grind your mobs. So all I did here is I went 2 blocks, behind the signs, if that makes sense. So 1, 2, and then put a water source, and then I have it just pouring all the way over all 8 blocks that it flows, and then dropping. I have the ceiling right here, so the ceiling would be, if this was a room, 3 blocks high right there. 3 blocks high of a ceiling, and then just, like I said, an 8 long column, and then a falling chute, however far you're trying to drop them, at least 22 or 23 blocks, whatever it is. Now, of course, you know, you can put this water source right there next to the sides. I think you could even put it right on top of the sides, but this is just how I have it set up because it kind of works like this, and I like it like that. So all is good. This is probably going to be the most practical design for your mob elevators once the update comes out. However, there is a few catches here with this design, and I do want to go over those. The first big catch that I'm noticing is that sometimes the skeletons will try and resist the water stream. That messes up the process a lot, because if they're resisting the water stream, they might resist it right on this edge. I can't get any of them to willingly do it, but sometimes they will stop and just swim against the current for a while before they fall. Eventually they will give up, but they'll try for a while, which is obviously a problem. I am noticing that happening in here too sometimes. Right here, they'll try and swim against this stream and get stuck on the ice, not quite making it into that bubble column right there, and now I'm in my own trap. Let's get out of there. And then the other edge where they're getting stuck at, which is the biggest problem, is this edge right here. I went ahead and lowered this drop, right, so the water just flows 1 block lower basically, and that doesn't really solve the problem. It doesn't solve it if you raise it either. Doesn't really matter. But this one is the big problem, because they will still be in this spawner radius here, and if there's skeletons in the radius of this spawner, it won't spawn any more skeletons. So what I'm thinking we'll have to do is make this room much deeper, right? So then they fall immediately out of the detection radius, so then when that 9 seconds passes, or 8 seconds, or whatever the game does, more skeletons will spawn and fall down into this trap. So not a big deal. Now, in terms of him resisting the current right there, like he's doing right now, technically his friend will come along eventually and push him into the water stream, or he'll willingly walk into the water stream, not knowing where he's headed next. So it is a problem right here, but I can't find a true solution to this, and I'm honestly finding that that's not occurring very much. It's kind of randomized. But, yeah, there you go. There's my design for a working 1.13 water elevator grinder trap thing for your zombies and your skeletons. What do you think? Is there a way that I can improve this? If there is, go throw that down below. If you haven't seen part 1 and you want to, go check that out. I'll probably link that right on the end slide that's coming up in a few seconds. Subscribe if you haven't yet, leave a like on the video, and then go have a good day. My name is Waddles, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.